If I leave it and it's gone tomorrow, I'm gonna cry. But if I buy it, my wallet's gonna cry.
I like it.
Bonjour à tous. Hello everyone. We are back in Paris, France for Paris Fashion Week. One of my favorite times to be in Paris because there's so many events and shows and a lot of things going on. But I thought it would be fun to continue the vintage shopping series that I've been doing, scouring through different cities across the world to help you improve your catalog of vintage shops to shop if you're here across the pond in the European Union, or if you're coming to Paris for the first time from the US or second time, wherever you're coming from. We're gonna be visiting the world's largest antique market. It's gonna be a good time. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Drew. What to do? It's nice to meet you. Let's explore Paris. For our first stop on today's Parisian vintage shopping tour, I wanted to take you to one of the most highly rated vintage shops in all of Paris. Thanks God I'm a VIP is a shop with a peculiar name but incredible vintage. And as you'll see, the shop is broken up into 3 distinct retail spaces. The space we are currently in now is menswear, the largest and original space is womenswear, and the final space is a specialty overflow shop that is only open on the weekends. I was particularly impressed with the jackets that they carried, from in amazing condition bombers So this is an absolutely incredible shop. I'm blown away by all the goodies that I'm seeing. I'm wearing this kind of leather bomber jacket right now, and I'm not sure if I like the jacket because I'm in France. You know, like in France and in Europe, everyone has these like cool leather jackets, and I'm trying to decide whether or not is this an impulsive like purchase because I'm in France or because I actually like it. And I was just saying I don't even like bomber jackets that much, but this one for some reason is speaking to me. It's speaking to me. To wobbly, really retro styled sweaters. I also really like this exaggerated herringbone zip up. And while this section was categorized as menswear, to my surprise, there were a lot of women that actually popped in and did some shopping as well, which felt really, really cool. The thing that's so great about this shop is the selection. I found really unique pieces that are, right now we're in winter, so I found a lot of wool, I found a lot of jackets, I found a lot of unique vests. These pieces that I feel like they're staples in anyone's closet, but they have that quality to them. Like you saw the Walmart tag, and they have some vintage military stuff that's really unique and interesting as well. What do you think of the shop so far?
It's great. I like the way they organize it too by color.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very
like pleasing to the eye. Everything is organized by color.
Honestly, that's how I do my closet. Actually, it is how I do.
This is how you do your closet? Same. I try at least.
Yeah.
The other thing I really like about the shop, everything is incredibly clean. It smells good in here, and the customer service is A1. I don't know, they're nice people here, so it's cool. If you happen to be traveling to Paris via train, one of the big bonuses of the location of Thanx God I'm a VIP is its proximity to Gare du Nord and Gare de l'Est. The 10th arrondissement is often regarded as the gateway to Europe because of these two iconic and ever-reaching stations. The shop is only about 15 to 20 minutes by foot from each station and only a 5-ish minute subway or metro ride away. What an incredible shop. But we're not done yet. Like I said before, this entire street, a third of the street, is Thanx God I'm VIP shops. On the other side, there's a specialty store. We were just in the men's store, and we're gonna be heading to the women's store next. So we're not done yet. Let's continue. So we realized very quickly that the womenswear store was the store that we should have started with. If you love funky shoes, if you love quirky belts, if you love a good vibe while shopping, then you'll love this space. Undoubtedly one of the best shops we have ever been to. They even have a cafe and lounge section for relaxing in between racks. Another detail that really stood out to me is that the staff here, similar to what we saw in Japan last episode, doesn't just
curate incredible vintage, they invest in maintaining the pieces that they find. Thrifting, vintage shopping, buying secondhand is so important because it absorbs some of the problematic conspicuous consumption that the fashion industry is prone to promoting. It also creates solutions for clothing that can still be worn from previous eras. Lauren ended up trying on a few pieces, but I'm not going to spoil what we picked up just yet. I want to save that for the end of the video.
Thanks God I'm a VIP. I came into it with high expectations, and those expectations were actually met. And we didn't even get to see that third store, which had a jacket that you actually liked, Lauren, that you thought was really cool. Really, really nice people as well. I think the actual workers, the shop clerks and the owner who let us film without prior knowledge of our arrival. We had to ask. There were a bunch of no film signs everywhere, but it was fantastic. I'll have more to say kind of in the wrap up of the VO, or I probably already said it. We have another shop that we're going to be heading to, also in the 10th arrondissement, not too far away, called the Archivist. It's a little bit cold. We're getting a little hungry. We might have to grab a baguette or something like that. As far as you're concerned, the next stop is the Archivist.
I'm supposed to be filming.
Third
I walked in
date.
with the phone out and they were like, no filming. I didn't even close the door behind me yet.
He said,
It hurt.
get the
It hurt
out
my
these
heart.
streets.
My heart.
Basically, they said no filming, no photos, no Drew Joyner, unless you tell us beforehand. And you know, I get it, everyone has their procedures, but it shows you I really make these videos just, I don't ever contact anyone, honestly, because I want the authentic, realistic experience, right? Yeah. We want the authentic, realistic experience, and if we can't film, we can't film. Pain.
The last shop we visited today was a shop in Le Marais called At Dawn. The owner of this shop, is actually co-owned, is actually a Drew Joyner subscriber, so shout out to him. To be honest, the jet lag was really setting in at this point. It's not easy to travel across the Atlantic and just hit the ground running when it comes to production, but the time we did spend, we enjoyed. The shop is mainly curated for women's wear. They have physical magazines, rings, as well as secondhand luxury. And the cool thing about At Dawn is that the street it's on is an awesome street for vintage in Le Marais. Without a doubt, I don't know if you use Google Maps or whatever you use to plot these shops, this is definitely one worth adding to your list.
Okay, it's time for bed. Good night. Good morning, everyone. We are day 2 in Paris right now. Right now, we're on our way to Rêve De Gosse. And the shop is a specialized, kind of like a collector's shop of French and World War II, World War I military garments. The guy who owns this shop he's fantastic, and I cannot wait to show you guys his personality. He said he has to get French fries at 1 p.m. He said he has to get French fries at 11:40 a.m. So we don't have as much time as maybe I would hope, but we'll see where he's at. Maybe we'll follow him to get some French fries. It's gonna be a fun day too. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Is Rêve here?
He's eating his
French fries?
free fries.
Perfect,
So
fantastic.
we share the life, but I also make a TV series of this shop now for Swedish television. A comedy.
Wow.
A comedy.
Comedy?
Comedy show. That's why I'm here. Also,
Nice.
so Swedish television pay me to be with my husband.
Ooh, that's a good gig.
I'm very smart.
That's a good gig.
Yeah.
Rêve De Gosse, which actually translates to childhood dream, is a shop run by both Martina and Rêve, or Emmanuel, that is less of a shop designed to sell you clothes, but more of a third space meant to highlight stories of clothes that Rêve has curated from 50, 80 to 100 years ago. The shop sells vintage, but it also has an in-house design atelier, and instead of me yapping the entire time, I want you to get the gist of Rêve's hospitality, personality, and the energy of the space and how amazing it is. If you ever do decide to visit, I want to say that this shop, you will not leave it without a smile on your face. This man and this couple really are two people who I consider to be gems of the Parisian vintage and secondhand market scene.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hello. To arrive yet?
No, it's okay. It's okay. No problem at all. How long have you had this shop here?
I think it's 4 years we have had it, but it's 100 years old.
Oh, this building.
So the shop is 100 years old. So it's from 1926. You can see outside. So actually this year is the 100 jubileum.
Antique clothing, it's often 100 years old and it's creepy.
A little dusty.
Dusty and
No.
and this is not we're using the old ones to make new ones.
Right.
That's the point. My activity is not to make old ones, and my activity is to make new ones and to do it in a playful way, not in a very serious way. Oh, I should look like 1930. My shoes should be like this. My trousers. No. I mean, you dress as you want.
Yes.
You don't. I mean, it's freedom. But as I like the style, some styles of the past, and I have the chance to get the fabrics. That's my treasure.
Yes. That's the best.
That's the treasure of this place.
Actually,
I mean, this place wouldn't be if I didn't have this treasure of fabrics from the 1920s to the 1960s.
1920s?
Yeah, this place is 100 years old.
So you took the inspiration, but you made it your own.
This is, I did this also.
Yeah, oh, you did both.
This is a fisherman, because you can't find them anymore.
Yes.
This is a fisherman. It's the color is made by eucalyptus, the plant. You know,
Eucalyptus, wow.
Eucalyptus, yes. It's a cold tint. It's
like
not a warm tint. It's a cold tint.
Wow.
And then it's by fermentation. And then you wax it with beeswax
Oh, that's genius.
to make it against.
so-
yeah.
Yeah.
They use also linen oil sometimes.
You should smell on it because it's quite fun.
Yeah.
It smells honey, totally.
Yeah, smell it.
Wait, actually.
So you can
eat it up.
You can eat my clothes.
You can put it in the tea.
It actually smells exactly like.
But try it. You're wearing those people clothes.
These are
the fishermen.
Sellers. Yeah, fishermen.
The seller, they are called the Terre-Neuvas. The Terre-Neuvas were people who used to go and fish in Canada, the code. They used to travel 3 months to Canada from the West Europe. Then they have to salt the code because if not, it will get ruined. And then they have to bring back the code 3 months.
Yep.
See? You're wearing that. You're wearing that.
This right here.
Yeah.
The exact one.
It's
Yep. It has to be waxed because then that's how you make sure.
It's water in this.
Exactly.
exactly because at that time they don't have plastic or stuff like
I
that.
don't have Gore-Tex.
No. Or trouser, for instance.
Yeah.
But in this place, we forget about marketing.
Yeah.
It's anti-marketing. That means we're not looking what is the market, what people is the tendency, what are they going to buy.
Yeah.
We don't know. When we do something, when we do a jacket like that, we do it by passion. We do it because we want it for ourselves. We don't know if someone's going to buy this.
I hide this one, for example. I love it. And I hide it for other
You
women.
want it?
Yes, of course, and it's my size also. And it's made of an old curtain for a children's theater in the 40s. And I mean,
It's a pre-coat.
It's a one of a kind. You can never find this. It's no business model, nothing. And if a woman come here and I try, and he said, but we have I think, we have something very nice there. And then I put it, that's why it's here. I mean, it's amazing, this coat. You see?
This is glorious.
Yeah, it's glorious. Look. Have you seen something like this? Ever? No? And here is for the Bible. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
My customers, they come from all over the world. It's a piece of France they take with them. These are all the books. You see, these are exactly the people who wear those clothes. So it's very important for me. I don't consider clothes as a piece of fabric. I consider clothes as a life incarnation. And this is the people who, because at that time, people and clothes, they stay together the whole life.
Yep.
So the clothes are part of the people.
Absolutely.
And the people are part of the clothes.
You were telling us about the different fabrics you carry in the archive.
Yeah, so this is a treasure, my treasure room. It's because I have all those fabrics from the 20s, 30s, 40s that I can make good quality and exclusive and very unique clothes. And this is my challenge, you know, to really redo good stuff, you know. So you have tartan from England, you know, all those are British. This is herringbone. Look at the color. Look at I don't know if you can see the color. It's a beautiful color.
Incredible.
Yeah. Here you herringbone, small herringbone, big ones for coats. You see, look at that. You know, the quality.
Yeah.
I mean, people have forgotten that wool, the process to make wool is crazy. I mean, it's such a process that wool has become impossible to buy or to produce 100% wool. Most of the brands, they are 20%, 30, 40, the rest is polyester, there's more and more plastic, you know. Me, I'm doing exclusively cotton, wool or linen, only natural fabrics. All 19th century clothes. I mean, touch it, because you see those fabrics, they don't exist anymore. They are so look, you see, the wool.
Gorgeous, man.
Amazing, no? And then my atelier is there.
Wow.
It's a bit messy.
No, that's good. I really like the real. Watch your step here.
So here I work. I have a more modern machine, a brother, American, by the way.
Yes.
Then here I have other fabrics, mostly whipcord, very nowhere to be found anymore. Whipcord, very expensive. And here you have the old machine of the grandfather, which still works.
Oh.
We don't use it so much because you can't, but it works. Huh? We can't go forward. I mean, you have to turn the fabric every time if you want to go on the other direction. It's more easy to use the brother. This cane, in France, you have a category of people called maquignons. Maquignons, very famous. Those people used to sell animals on the markets. And this cane is a cane of a maquignon. That means this guy was selling horses or buying horses, probably for the army. So, you see? So this is to measure the horse under his belly. You know, because the army will buy horses with certain specification, no? So they have the cane and they can measure all the measurements.
This is like the old things of the. This is like.
It's so like genius.
Genius.
We lost all that.
Yeah, I know. Ingenuity of design. Yeah.
See, maquignon, canne de maquignon.
So good.
The most special thing about spending time at Rêve De Gosse was being able to enter into the world and passion of Rêve. I almost categorize the experience here as being able to shop at a fashion history museum. Whether you're looking for true vintage from France or you want to experience reinterpreted classics for the modern wear, Rêve De Gosse is an incredible shop that's worth adding to your list. I will say that the price point of Rêve De Gosse is going to be a bit more elevated from a At Dawn or a Thanx V.I.P, depending on what you shop, but I wouldn't let that discourage you from visiting. One of the most unique items he sold was a cropped double-breasted jacket made out of baguette blankets. The fabric from this jacket achieves its faded color through a fermentation process, but also has details from the brasserie, bakery essentially, that it came from. I kind of glossed over this part of the interview, but remember this jacket for later.
What an absolute treat. I mean, does it get much better than that in terms of being able to see inside someone else's world? Not only that, it almost reignited my personal passion for why I do what I do. It's not always for the monetary outcomes or the business outcomes, it's for the love of what you do, and I felt that with both of them. But regardless, that was incredible. Incredible.
Before we head to the world's largest antique market, I've been itching to show you guys something a bit more niche. If you follow my Instagram, then you'll know that last year during Paris Fashion Week, I discovered a Spanish footwear company called Marcos Hjorn. Marcos Hjorn is an independent leather shoemaker, and Marcos and Ina are the duo behind the brand. It's a brand that I've totally fallen in love with because the shoes they make are truly second to none. I already personally own the crossed Oxford, but this time around I wanted to commission one of their Mary Jane slip-ons. To me, Marcus Hjorn really represents this idea of modern timelessness. It's one thing that not a lot of brands can actually touch upon without being too nostalgia driven or without being too future forward leaning. Designs feel refreshing but also familiar, which is a tough space to exist in. The shoes won't be ready for a while, but I did want to add this brand to your radar and I will update you guys once they are complete. Let's go to Marché aux Puces de Saint-Ouen. So Paris is known for its iconic markets. Some may even argue that Paris has the best vintage and antique markets in all of the world. Last year we visited Marché Dauphine, but what we didn't realize is that Marché Dauphine is one part of the largest collection of vintage and antique markets in the world. Marché aux Puces de Saint-Ouen, Marché Marais, Marché Biron, Marché Venaison. All of these markets and more are a part of this super flea and antique sales quarter. The mistake we made last year when we came is we visited during the week, but during the weekend on non-rainy days, our eyes were opened up to the sheer volume of the world's largest antique market. Once we arrived, we knew we only had a limited amount of time until it was going to start raining. Our first market we started with was Marché Biron. Marché Biron is over 100 years old. It was first established in 1925 and through the years has been frequented by the likes of Pablo Picasso to Madonna. One of the coolest things we learned is that several of the vendors here have been selling for multiple generations, which is incredible. If you don't know, Lauren and I just moved to a new apartment and we have absolutely no decorations. Like, the walls are as blank as the sky is blue. The goal today was to find anything cool to improve our interior design. Essentially anything that can help us add a bit more personality to our living space. I thoroughly enjoyed our time walking around Marché Biron, and my favorite vendor in Biron was this vintage poster shop that kept and maintained old department store advertisements. These were gorgeous to me.
It's like menswear or womenswear.
Yes.
So here we're like in shoe polishing.
Yes, yeah. Interesting, yeah. Look at the face on the shoe.
And so that's the canvas.
Oh, I see.
And so it's stuck on a piece of paper
Okay.
and then linen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got it.
That's why it's, yeah.
So that helps them to protect them.
Yeah.
The next stop was Marché Venaison. This section of the antique market was really unique and really cool. It reminded us of the streets of Golden Gai in Tokyo. You can kind of see it in the clips. The streets are very narrow. There are a lot of tight corridors. We ended up searching for an hour or so until the rain came in. It was actually really cold today as well. One of the pro tips I will give you is that you want to give yourself many hours to search through these markets. Because we visited in January, it wasn't too busy, but I can assume or imagine in June, July, and August that it's probably pretty packed due to tourism. I will say this, even if you don't buy anything, these markets are definitely something you should come and experience once in your life, especially if you are a vintage, antique, and or thrift lover. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to New York City. Let's get into today's pickups, or rather should I say pick up, because this jacket is the only jacket that we brought back from Paris on our vintage shopping tour. If you remember at Rêve De Gosse, there were two jackets that Rêve had made that were made from using recycled baguette carpets. This fabric is essentially the sheet of cloth that the baguettes rest on as they're being made. You can also see how incredibly unique the texture of this fabric is. I also liked how natural the crop of this jacket was. It didn't feel too exaggerated. It still sits on my waist in a really beautiful way. And one more detail that I love is that Martina added a tiny little D signet on the inside of the jacket. Things like that just add a little bit of a personal touch, and I love the fact that she did that. And what makes this pickup so special to me is what Rêve was saying about buying a piece of France and being able to take it home with you. It's a piece with true story and something that immediately will take me back to Rêve De Gosse in Paris, with all of the elements, the smells and the sounds and everything that goes into being in a new place. This jacket, when I wear it, it feels like I'm back in Paris. That's all we got. I hope you enjoyed this vintage shopping tour. If you did, make sure to like the video, and if you want to see more, subscribe. As always, I'm spreading peace, love, and positivity in 2026. So that means I hope peace, love, and positivity are in your mix. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful rest of your day. A bientôt. Peace. Yo, what is good post-vid? Here are the fist bumps for the one time. Bop. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Here's the second fist bump. Bop. Thank you guys so much. I have been a little bit under the weather, not gonna lie, PVV. Maybe you can hear it in my voice. I feel like I'm a bit nasally, and I'm drinking on tea right now, man. And yeah, stay healthy, wash your hands, do what you gotta do. I'm curious to know from the PVV specifically, what other cities would you be interested in me going to visit? London is one of those cities that's kind of top of brain right now, but that's in Europe. What other cities in the US, or should I go to parts of South America, or should I go parts of Africa, or should I go to parts of Asia or East Asia? Let me know down in the comments, hashtag PVV when you answer, so that I know that you made it to the end of the video. We'll see you guys in next week's upload. Peace.